Hey everyone, hey and welcome back to yet another episode of Battle Rap Resume. We're here with a recap of a surprisingly brilliant event. I mean, no offense to this chalked out King of the Dart union, but, you know, I was skeptical like anyone else, like something new in Battle Rap, but yesterday really delivered. I remember early on in the day when we had the first trio of battles, I was impressed by all 6 of the performers. I think everyone brought their all to this. You know, everyone really showed out on the occasion. We had some, you know, world-class performances. I'm thinking especially from Scoop. I think Mackenzie was fantastic. I think Ted was brilliant. The newcomers as a whole, Chrome, Hulk, you know, everyone. The Shocks and Censor, just a wonderful battle. And I'm here to recap it with my man Ben. We recorded a few video interviews there. And where would you rank this event, man? I know you've been to quite a few.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I think it wasn't a massive turnout, but I don't think that was a bad thing, really, in the end. No, it was really good. I think everyone did really well. I think the battles definitely got better towards the end of the day. Shocks and Censor, I don't think disappointed, to be honest. It was really good.
Yeah, it was absolutely incredible. And none of them really disappointed. And just to go back then, you know, early in the day, we met at the Owl and Pussycat, or a few guys were chilling out, you know, with Shake Spliff, I think now lives overseas in Hong Kong or something. He brought a friend, and Jamil was there, and Zach, you know, it was great. And then we headed down, and yeah, like you say, there wasn't a lot of people there. It wasn't very populated. A bit of a shame, wasn't it? Because this is quite a huge occasion. It's quite a monumental thing.
Yeah, I think like you said yesterday, like had this been announced maybe like 1 year ago, 2 years ago, it would have just been sold out. But I think there was probably between like maybe 100, 200, like between 100 and 200 people. It wasn't many.
Yeah,
but,
it was pretty sparse.
I think it's fine though. It was good. Everyone there enjoyed themselves, and you know, everything got reaction that deserved it. So. And
it meant that we had a pit, which I was really excited to be being set up as we entered.
I think that worked out really well, actually, because I've been to concrete events before. I think, what was the...
Checkpoint 4, maybe?
No, Volume 3, I feel like if you were at the back of the room, really couldn't hear what was happening. But in the pit format, it worked really well. I think anywhere you stood, you had like a pretty good view, and it was pretty good acoustics.
Absolutely, yeah. And shout out to Chalked Out, who gave me 5 tickets, and 5 people applied for them. So, you know, everyone got to go to the show, and it was great to see everyone there, including the Fridge was there, internet legend himself, Joe. And I think this was his first event, so I think he was pretty awed by the place. And yeah, it was, as I said in the intro, surprisingly fantastic event. And we're going to just go through the battles here. Obviously, the pay-per-view will probably be out by the time you're listening to this, so check the link in the description. Follow at Battle Rap Resume as well. Get in touch with me on the email, battleresume@gmail.com, Patreon, iTunes, all that sort of stuff, as always. Terminal versus Mackenzie kicked us off, Ben. How was this for you?
Yeah, I'm not that familiar with Mackenzie. I've seen Terminal a few times, but... it was a good battle to start the day. I thought Mackenzie was really good. He was like really like direct and funny, and I'm definitely going to be checking out more of his stuff.
Should say that this took place around 3:30-ish,
yeah,
and you know the delays were stinging, weren't they? This was something that was supposed to be remedied from the prior era, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm not sure what was happening there, because it was. I mean, it said it was 12 till 8. Obviously, no one expected to start near 12, but. It was quite a long wait, yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, you know, that sort of thing happens, and this is a hugely ambitious kind of event. Why they couldn't maybe put... I know Mackenzie and Terminal were outside. I saw them when I first got to the whole event, maybe a little earlier. But yeah, I understand. You have to have continuity here. And the batch of early battles, as I say, was really good. And, yeah, Mackenzie surprised me, actually. Probably more out and out. Like, I'm a fan of both of these guys, but Terminal, he referenced Bloody Raw, for example, in this battle, which is an obscure PlayStation 1 Tekken clone where you play as, like, furries, you play as, like, animal fighters. If you watch it on YouTube, you'll probably remember it from some dark recess of your brain. And he referenced that. He said, like, Animal in the Ring, like Bloody Raw, like that was outrageous, like the Georgia O'Keeffe stuff. But Mackenzie, I thought, especially the third, he had just a jackhammer clarity, and really was one of the best versions of himself. You know, I know he's excited to be there, and he was great.
Yeah, he was. I remember he was quite aggressive in the third round, and I think he did like a whole section where he was spitting in Gaelic, if you remember that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. The whole translation bars always go down well, and yeah, the consensus was pretty clear that Mackenzie won this one.
I would definitely agree with that. He was really good. Surprisingly, really, really good.
Yeah, and the crowd as well for you.
Well, I don't know. I think the crowd were okay at this point. As I said, like I think they got a lot more into it as it went on. But yeah, I think it was good. I think they were good.
Yeah, yeah. We had Mackenzie as well coming with some hollow man bars, which we always hear. But yeah, I definitely had Mackenzie beating Terminal. I thought Terminal was good there. I spoke to Terminal, and he's one of the guys right now. Like, seriously, like, his reputation's incredible, how quickly he's been battling, who's he's battled.
Yeah, I think he like send for Maverick as well at one point. That would be something I'd definitely be interested in if that ever went down.
I loved Canel versus Ted.
Yeah, I did too. I've not seen I don't think I've seen a Ted battle before, but he was really funny. I think he adapted well for like the UK crowd.
Absolutely brilliantly, yeah. I was, we got an interview with him afterwards, and I want to get him on the show as well. And I've got to be honest, I hadn't really watched many of his battles, but he comes with this sort of detached, ironic, Mac DeMarco kind of element to him, really witty, captivating performance. And for him and Canel to go against each other, it's such a fantastic contest.
Yeah, definitely. And Canel was really good as well. It was like classic Canel. It was really funny. He said the one he said like just out of nowhere. He just said, "Oh, by the way, Mbop was shit in the first round." I quite like that.
Yeah.
And he said yeah. that Ted looked like a dog owned by a gay couple.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Lots of look-like bars that were fire.
I love that stuff. Yeah, that was good. It was, yeah.
Again, it was testament to these international guys coming over. And they're not half-arsing it, because there's no real reputation to coast on. It's just the event as a whole is celebrating that this kind of thing can go down. And the guys rose to the challenge. I want to, state again, really impressed with Ted. I think this will be a widely received clash.
I think so too. I'm looking forward to watching this one back.
Yeah. Mackenzie, I should say, I forgot to reference Rubber Bandits, which was crazy as well in his round. The event was just building momentum from here, I felt, and I think people were getting interested, and I think, it had some great stuff here.
I think the next one was it Chrome Hulk? I thought Hulk was amazing in the next one. I'd say by far that's the best I've ever seen him. I thought his projection and just his stage presence was just. I think it was just better than Chrome. Like he was really impressive.
Totally
he had a really good flow, and I just think you could just tell like his experience was, how good he was. Yeah. I was really impressed with him.
Yeah, really, really enjoyed this matchup actually. Huge fan of Chrome as well. We got the interview. Shout out to Chrome, need to get him on the show as well. And yeah, awesome. In terms of the JC battle, I think we had some great recent battles as well. But yeah, he was great here. And Hulk, I agree. This is probably the best I've ever seen Hulk.
Yeah, definitely, I'd agree with that. Yeah. I think the by this point the crowd are really more on board with the battle, with the battles. I think that everyone really liked Hulk in this one.
Yeah. And next up was the man Jay Short versus Eddie I believe.
Yes, yeah, I think so.
I enjoyed this battle. I wouldn't say that this was a classic, perhaps.
It was a bit weird. Just remembering, there's a point where Eddie just got his Nintendo Switch out during the battle.
Oh right.
Did you see that? I don't know.
I missed that. My angle must have obscured that. Yeah.
I think he went first, and then Jay Short had his round, and then he just pulled out a Switch from his pocket and started playing some game.
Right.
And then Jay Short flipped it while he was doing it, which was really good. But I don't know why. I don't know why he did that. And he actually had quite a lot of game references throughout the battle as well. I think he referenced BioShock at one point.
Yeah. There was certainly a lot of video game references, as with Lou Cypher as well, that we'll speak about later. But it was quite funny because I was standing at this point next to Fridge and his friend, and I think it was both their first event, and they're of a slightly younger generation. And I think in this battle, it was Eddie I did a brimful of ash bar, which is some sort of late 90s one-hit wonder. And I'm certain mid-20s onwards, but familiar. Their face is just blank afterwards. I had to explain it. So
I think that was the biggest reaction of the battle, I think.
Yeah. Eddie I maybe had a few played out bars that I'd certainly heard before, and I don't know. It wasn't bad, but I
No,
don't think
he was quite funny though. Like he had.
No, he's got great character. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he said,
Huge
I think
skill. Yeah,
one I wrote down was he was like, "I'm more hipster than you. When I walk in the room, they assume I'm vegan."
yeah.
I thought was quite good. But yeah, no, he was good. It was a bit of a it definitely wasn't as good as Chrome and Hulk, but it was still a good battle.
No. Yes, certainly was, and the level of quality continued. Scoop versus Shotty P. Certainly with Scoop, certainly in the first, I think some of the best stuff since Willsey, perhaps.
Yeah, no, he was really good, Scoop.
The whole, from Play So Poor, the last time I saw Ends Meet was a turf war.
He said he was talking about all the guys that would come over, and he said you're all rejects that never made it en masse.
Talk that EN shit. Fucking yeah, like Scoop is seriously entertaining writer. Like all he can say is I'm fat. Well, that's true. That's why all my material is tight.
That's good.
Yeah. Some really, really fucking fantastic shit from Scoop as always. Real barfest. How did you find Shotty P?
Yeah, he was good. Yeah, again, I've not seen a lot of not seen a lot of him, but he was really good. He had some good lines in that. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I wrote anything down for him. He did like a little flip on the Scoop's famous Charger line. He said something about like I'll rob you for your snacks and eat that shit in front of you. That got like a really big reaction.
That got a huge reaction. Yeah. That got a huge reaction.
It was quite good. Yeah, he was good. Like quite a lot of gun bars from both of them, but he mixed it up well.
I mean, Scoop's crowd control, his presence in that sort of arena is unparalleled, right?
Yeah, he was really good. The crowd were really rocking with him.
Yeah, it was. I don't want to call it a comeback or anything like that, or there's not really been a sophomore slump, but some of the best Scoop certainly that we've seen. And getting on to Bobby versus Loose Cypher, quite a controversial battle, Ben.
I didn't. Well, I was towards the back for this one, so I really did not understand what was going on here. Like I know that it's from what it sounded like Bobby hadn't written much, or he said that he hadn't. Everything he'd written since Thursday. I don't know how much of that's true, and it looked like he freestyled quite a lot of it. What did you think?
Yeah, he had a visceral anger. He was getting in people's faces and explaining that Chalked Out couldn't forward him part of his contract or part of his fee, and that kind of guided the first round and how they become Rowan-like, which was kind of ominous in a certain way, because did appear later in the event. Was there for Sensor versus Shocks, and I think that was maybe the only one. But yeah, so I'm not sure about that. Lou as well was. I respect him, but he's dense, he's intricate. It can be quite. It's very intelligent, but maybe for a crowd at this time of the day when the events already ran late, Bobby's style's going to sort of cut through.
Yeah, I think this match was a little bit underwhelming, and Lou's third round went on for what seemed like forever.
Okay.
Like I don't know what happened there.
Okay, here's the thing about Lou's third round, right? So I think it was Bobby went first, right? So it was Bobby's third, and I went outside, and quite a few people did because the battle had been going on for a long time. And I went outside, and I think I got like a sandwich or something, and came back, went to the Tesco. So I was gone for like 10 minutes, and I came back, and Lou was still rapping.
Yes.
I genuinely did not expect it. I expected the room. I expected another battle. I was listening. I was like, oh, who's on next? And it was like, oh no, Lou's still here doing some scheme about galaxies or some shit.
I was there for the whole thing. And yeah, I can confirm it was a very long third round.
Crazy long round.
There was 2 or 3 times where like he'd reached a natural end to his round, I thought. And then he'd be like, do you want me to carry on going? And everyone was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And then he just carried on and did like another round in his third round. It was, I don't know what that was about. It was odd, especially because Bobby hadn't written that much. It was just very like content heavy from Lou.
But arguably Bobby won?
It's hard to say. As I said, I was like quite far back, so I'd watch that again. I really don't know.
Yeah, definitely. But that definitely a contest. I don't think either wrote for each other and more wrote for exterior purposes, but still, This was a good pairing. Dialect versus Vega was next, Ben.
This was really good. Enjoyed this.
Vega's first, I thought, was excellent.
Yeah, Vega was really good. He had there's a lot of reaction in this battle, I thought. But yeah, he was really good. I think Dialect was. I don't know who I'd call. I don't know who I'd say won. What do you reckon? Who do you reckon won this one?
Yeah, maybe Dialect. I think Vega's impression, perhaps in the second, let him down slightly.
Whereas Dialect's impression was really good. He did a very good, convincing Australian accent, I thought.
Yeah, but Vega was really good. I think he was better than the Frankie battle, and Dialect clowned on the Frankie battle. Was that true for you?
What did he say about the Frankie battle? I can't even remember now.
I think he was just saying that it was boring. He didn't want to watch it. Crowd mourning, etc.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have many memories from that battle. I was there for it.
Maybe that's testament to it. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. He's probably right. I think that Dialect did his classic grime. He didn't do a whole round, but he did a grime.
Yeah, he did.
Really good. Always goes down well with a crowd.
Yeah.
I think that often
wins
in battles.
Yeah,
really
it does. It's a special move, isn't it? Yeah. It's a shot in the arm, and the battle that. The energy's lagging to a certain extent. What you don't really see on camera is that, away from this crowd, lots of people are just sitting down, looking at the floor, just, tired or on their phone or something.
Yeah.
But everyone gets up for the main event, because most people were probably anticipating that Matt Peanut was going to go down here, which actually had to go outside, unfortunately, beyond the curfew. But, yeah, here we had Shocks versus Censor. And Censor should say, looking a very healthy man, right? Looking a new man compared to the old Censor we've seen. He was ready for it, and we spoke beforehand, and it was great to speak to him. We're going to get him on the show actually just after this. We'll probably put it as a different thing, but we're going to talk about the Shocks battle and the whole event as a whole. He went first, and I would say it was the round of the event.
He was incredible. I've never seen him live. I think I was saying to you, when I got into battle rap, it was probably just after the Censor retired. Not the right word, but and yeah, his first round was amazing. He, I think angles wise, he basically did what everyone expected him to. He did a whole round about the that whole rape thing, but the way he did it, he was so direct. Everything he wrote was just so tailored. He was so aggressive, and it was really good, and the crowd was just going absolutely mental at this point. Considering this was quite late in the day, everyone was just silent for the for every bar. It was amazing.
It's such awful timing, isn't it? Such poetic timing that the biggest scandal, arguably in the history of UK battle rap, happens under your watch to a certain extent. How much are you culpable? I'm not saying. And the first person to attack this fresh angle is Censor.
Yeah, but then Shocks knew that going in.
Yeah.
So. He must have been expecting.
Is it an easy angle for you, or?
Is it an easy angle? Well, I mean, he would have been stupid not to mention it. I mean, no, I don't think it's an easy angle because he managed to make a whole round out of it and kept it interesting and really cutting as well, really personal and I think he did really well with that angle.
I watched the battle from on top of the stage. I watched it with Carbon. Shout out Dan, great guy. And we were going crazy. Everyone was going crazy. Hadn't seen the room like that all day. Energy was electric. And yeah, his delivery, his in-the-face punctuation, the conception of it, is just landing hard, landing somewhere where punches don't normally land for you. You know what I mean? They're quite gripping in a basic way. I thought he was terrific.
I was just thinking about this earlier. I don't think many people would argue that Shocks is technically a better writer than Censor, but I think he proved that there's so much more to it. Because a lot of his stuff was quite simple bars, but they just hit so well, and also I was there with two people who'd not been to a battle event before, and they didn't know about all this backstory, and the way he structured everything, it made it so that everyone understood what he was saying and why this stuff is this stuff makes sense to say against Shocks. And I think that goes a long way. in terms of like replayability, being able to show other people. It's a skill. I think he was really, really good.
Absolutely. And I think the contest was against Shocks. Shocks really needed to pull something out the bag. And because he stumbled early on, and, it's not a Shocks thing to do, I'm not sort of calling out for it pernickety-wise, kind of felt like Sensor had won. I don't know.
Definitely that first round. Yeah. I think I had Sensor clearly taken the first round. Shocks, look, everything Shocks said was really good, but like what I often find with Shocks battles is I appreciate them a lot more in like second viewing, because so much of it I miss. Just goes over my head on the day because he's so quick and intricate. But I still think he probably edged the second round.
The angle from Sensor, it was a shame to see after the first that it wasn't necessarily getting the reaction. A lot of lines felt quite quiet.
Again, so his second round was mainly about the incident with
so the sort of the fundraiser for the unfortunate ruined household because of the sewage pipe, and there's lots of sort of shit ideas like turtle heads out the pipe, like Teenage Mutant and stuff like that. There's some sort of clever witty shit, but unfortunately it didn't have that visceral zeitgeisty impact that the first did.
No, absolutely not. I think like probably everyone expected that angle to be used in some way, but I think it was maybe a little overused, and it just didn't have the power that the first one did. No. But it was that was definitely closer than the first round, and then the third round, I think I would say Sensor probably took it.
I would say Sensor took it.
Yeah.
I would say
he was really good. He did he did a bar about he said how you're gonna like the wire when it's twisted around your neck and hanging from the ceiling. Like that was really good. The reaction to that was just that was probably maybe the most reaction of the whole event.
Maybe. And the way he raised his hands as well, and everyone, the eyes followed them, and it was just he had the whole room captivated. The mousetrap trap house line, the whole board game scheme, which is very Sensor-esque to come with.
And then he did at the end of his third, he did that bit about he basically just said fuck all the UK guys on the card, and then so Bobby. It looked like from where I was standing that Bobby was about to have a fight with him.
Yeah. Bobby was already a lit fuse, and you get a Sensor round thrown at you.
Yeah, I'm not really like. Yeah, I think Sensor was just making a point that fuck everyone, and maybe it looked like they had to basically just stop the battle for a little bit, and then he started his whole round again. But he got it all out again, and it was really good. And like you said earlier, by this point I'd noticed that had come in. He was at the back of the room for this whole battle.
There was controversy there that he arrived.
Yeah,
it was
a
cause célèbre.
And because it was cool because like a lot of Sensor's third round was talking about the old Don't Flop era and stuff, and then I was just standing there
with Mickey.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not. Do you know what happened? Like, was there anything actually went down about that? Because I know that they weren't letting him in, and then he did come in.
I'm not sure of the mechanics of the situation, but certainly was there to watch this battle, which, while certain rounds maybe weren't as electric as others, this was still an unbelievable battle. Pick up the pay-per-view if you want to watch this battle, because you're definitely going to want to see this. You definitely want to, go through all of the battles. But any closing thoughts on this battle, the final indoor battle, Shocks versus Sensor? I
think it lived up to everything that people thought it was going to be, and I'm really looking forward to watching it back, trying to understand more of Shocks' stuff, like I always do. But no, it was really good. I definitely would recommend anyone who was like half interested in watching this one to check it out when it's released, or get the pay-per-view or whatever.
As with every Shocks battle, there are some gems they're those bars that like change your life. They're those bars that are so intelligent, so powerful. My life's real. I brought King of the Dot to me because I can't get into their country.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. That was really good. Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah. I mean,
and probably true as well. So.
No, it is. I mean, yeah. I'm sure that's real. That's real. But unfortunately, I had to dash off. I was late because the event itself had ran late. You didn't yourself see Peanut versus Matter, is that right?
Yeah, no, I headed off as well.
Yeah.
But,
As we say, it was going a bit beyond there. But yeah, anyone in the live stream, if you saw that battle, let us know. From all accounts, from what I've just sort of briefly read some updates, sounds like it was a good one.
We're good. I'd like to see that one. I was looking forward to that. I think I just would have preferred that to have been inside. But I think they definitely made the right choice. If they had to choose between doing shocks and sensor outside or that, then that made the most sense. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Is this the best card of the year so far for you?
Best card of the year. What else have we had this year? We've had Chalked Out Volume 3.
Chalked Out launch codes, Premier League match days.
I haven't actually been to any of the Premier Battle stuff yet. It was good.
Was it better than Volume 3 in terms of quality?
Was it?
I mean, obviously you had Soul.
I really enjoyed Volume 3. I don't know. It's a tough one. I can't remember all the battles that were on Volume. It was good. I can't remember. There were definitely more people at Volume 3, and obviously Soul was like out of this world. So
apparently in the live chat, Fridge is saying that Chrome's dad. Yeah, I forgot to mention Chrome's dad was there. Big battle fan apparently. Stopped a guy with a moped from interrupting the battle. This is Peanut Matter. He was an absolute ledge.
I read about that. Yeah, that's weird.
Incredible. Yeah.
Just like a side note, I didn't realize that Chrome was French, and he don't.
Chrome's French. Yeah, we spoke.
He don't even speak in English for like. I think he said in the battle he said he's only been speaking English like 4 years or something.
He made a bar about it, didn't he? He was like, "I've been speaking English less time than you've been rapping." Like.
Yeah, exactly.
That was fire.
Which is pretty amazing, really.
Yeah, Chrome was fire. Chrome was absolutely fire. Yeah. This was really good, man. So I want to urge people to go and check out the pay-per-view. Or if you listen to this in the future and the battle's already on the channel, check them out as well. Shout out to Organic. Briefly got to say hello, how much of a fan I am of him. Yeah, we did some interviews, as I say. They'll be on the Patreon first, and then we'll put them on the main channel as well. And this was a fantastic event. This is one of the best events that I've been to in a long, long time. And I don't want to pit events against each other. It's my best, it's my worst, but this was definitely, worthwhile. I think the quality of battle was really, really high as well. Stay tuned on the live stream. We'll do it as a separate episode if you're listening at home. But we're going to have Sensor on the show very soon. So if you've got any questions for Sensor about the Shocks battle or otherwise, we're going to go through that. But Ben, anything you'd like to promo, my friend?
No, not really. Just look out for those videos.
Yeah, exactly. We did those videos, and they'll be out soon as well. Yeah, thank you to everyone for listening. Support the show at Battle Art Resume. Give back on the Patreon, iTunes, all that sort of stuff as well. Shout out to King of the Dart. Shout out to Chalked Out. Shout out to all the battlers yesterday at Empire. Some fantastic performances. But yeah, Ben, this has been a treat, man. Thank you very much.
No problem.